In September 2024, I was joined by 4 friends on a journey of a lifetime. We did a self-supported 350-mile ride from D.C. to Pittsburgh along the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal Towpath and the Great Allegheny Passage. On day 7, we traveled almost 43 miles from Meyersdale to Ohiopyle. Highlights included Meyersdale Visitor Center, Salisbury Viaduct, town stops in Rockwood and Confluence, the Pinkerton Tunnel and bridges, and Ohiopyle State Park. Breakfast was simple. We just walked down a flight of stairs to Donga's Drive-In. I was ready early, so I made my way up to the former B&O train station to check it out. While there, a maintenance-of-way vehicle crossed the road, and half an hour later, I saw the southbound Amtrak Floridian. Meyersdale has been home of the Pennsylvania Maple Festival since 1948. Consequently, it is known as the Maple City. The town, which was incorporated in 1771, was named after Peter Myers, an early settler and local farmer. The Meyersdale Area Historical Society operates the renovated Western Maryland Railway Station as a visitor center, local history museum, and trailhead for the Gap. It's open daily, Thursday through Monday. Luckily for us, it was open on this day, which was a Wednesday. The station was built in 1911 and served 2 daily passenger trains in each direction until regular service ended in 1931. So we're in Meyersdale, Pennsylvania, and it says we're 217 from Washington, D.C., and 117 from Pittsburgh. We actually pedaled 260 miles to get here because we did a bunch of side tours. Our goal was to see as much as we could see in 9 days, so we're heading to Ohiopyle now, and that's 40 miles, and we're going to be camping in Ohiopyle State Park. Financier George Gould purchased the Western Maryland Railway as part of a transcontinental railroad scheme that would have stretched from Baltimore to San Francisco. Gould extended the railroad to Cumberland, but went bankrupt, and his dream was never realized. New management opened a $12 million extension to Connellsville and a connection with the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie Railroad. In 1920, the parallel Baltimore and Ohio Railroad gained control of the Western Maryland, and it was eventually abandoned in 1975. Okay, we're rolling out of Meyersdale under a slight mist, so that's why we got the gear on. The Salisbury Viaduct is 1,908 feet long and crosses the Castleman River Valley at 101 feet above the valley floor. Like all of the bridges in this part of the Western Maryland Railway, it was built to accommodate a second track, which was never added. Decking for trail users was installed in 1998. As we cross the viaduct, we will pass over a local road, the Mason-Dixon Highway, CSX Railroad, a 4-lane highway, Farmers Fields, and the Castleman River. Special thanks to Steve, who has been kind enough to grab some video of me riding my bike. Located at the far end of the viaduct is the Myers Burial Ground. It overlooks the property that was once occupied by the family who founded the town. Always the train enthusiast, I hustled to see the passing train but missed the engines. We are in the railroad town of Rockwood. This town of approximately 800 people is located at the junction of two railroads and the confluence of the Cox's Creek and the Castleman River. In a quest to check out the Rockwood Junction station, we stumbled upon Dough Girl Cakes. We had a delicious gob cake. Us New Englanders call them whoopie pies. Seven miles down the road, we stopped at Markleton Trailhead. There are no services here except for a post office. With all the rain, I decided this would be a good opportunity to apply more wax to my rain-soaked chain. So remote, this area seems to be very popular as evidenced by the number of trail users we passed on a rainy day. Twin-deck girder bridges carry the gap over the Castleman River twice in a third of a mile. The first is called Pinkerton Low Bridge and the second is Pinkerton High Bridge. The 242-foot-long Low Bridge is just 30 feet over the water, while the 543-foot-long High Bridge is 100 feet over the water. The two bridges are separated by the 849-foot Pinkerton Tunnel, which passes through Pinkerton Horn. Before the tunnel was rehabilitated and opened to Gap trail users, a 1.5-mile bypass using the C&O Railroad's shoe fly was used. In 2015, a corrugated liner was added to protect the tunnel from deterioration and keep trail users safe.
Well, it's sprinkled on and off today. We've been really fortunate. No heavy rain. Seems like every time we take the raincoat off, it rains. Every time we put it on, it stops raining. So we're probably less than 5 miles from Confluence, and we're gonna have lunch there in Confluence. As I ride this last stretch to lunch in Confluence, I can't help but feel grateful for how wonderful this opportunity is to ride this trail and to ride it with 4 good friends. We're really getting a lifetime experience here. Thanks to my buddies for riding with me and tolerating all my videos.
If you're enjoying this video, please take a second to click the like button and let YouTube know you appreciate this type of content. We are entering Confluence, where a young George Washington explored the region in 1754. It was here that he noticed 3 bodies of water merged together in the shape of a turkey foot. Confluence is located in the Turkey Foot Valley where the Castleman River, Allegheny River, and the Laurel Hill Creek join. Hungry for lunch, we headed into town in search of food. We found Mitch's restaurant in town and got some hot food to lift our spirits after a damp day in the saddle. crossed the Youghiogheny River on this pedestrian bridge, which was erected on the abutments of a historic iron bridge built by the King Bridge Company of Cleveland, Ohio in 1896. Ever the explorers, we decided to take a short ride over to the Youghiogheny River Dam. Back on the trail, we paused to view the turkey foot. We are passing the Ramcott launch area. Here paddlers can launch their boats for a Class 1 and Class 2 rapids experience to Ohiopyle. It was another 10 miles to Ohiopyle, and we would follow the Youghiogheny River through the Ohiopyle Gorge most of the way. Originally called Falls City in 1868, the name was changed to Ohiopyle in 1891. Water power ran sawmills, gristmills, and factories for many years. In 1871, the arrival of the railroad brought tourists to see the falls. Of course, we had to check out the famous Ohiopyle Falls. These falls are wide, spanning the width of the Youghiogheny River with a drop of 20 feet. They are easily visible by bike via a paved trail to the observation deck. Next, we went to check out Meadow Run Cascades. This is a series of cascades and pools that stretch for a quarter of a mile along a stream. Water was scarce here, but we could really appreciate what this would look like in the spring or after a good rain. Our third and final waterfall was Cucumber Falls. The most popular in the park, it features a single drop of 30 feet. We locked up our bikes for the short hike to the falls. Unfortunately for us, only a trickle of water was flowing over the falls.
Everybody's enthusiastic about the next climb, huh? So it's not that my friends didn't enjoy the waterfall. It's the thought of going up the hill to Ohiopyle State Park. Some pretty gruesome climbing coming up. But that's it for the day. Once we get up there, we're in camp.
On video, this doesn't really look that steep, but according to all trails, the grade on this road was over 15% at times. Despite the online warnings, we decided to take the steep and curvy Ohiopyle road to the campground. This was a mistake I would not repeat again. Loaded bikes don't like big hills, and this one was brutal. This was the worst hill of our entire adventure. We arrived at Kentuck Campground at 5:45. Exhausted and hungry, I didn't record anything that evening. Join us for more adventures on day 8 as we travel from Ohiopyle to Buena Vista. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.